Hello everybody, I'm trying to get back into these videos. This is Couch Talk number 2, and today I thought I'd talk about the Suicide Squad movie, and I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I did have a few problems with it, but I'll get into those details later. Basically, the Suicide Squad movie before I get into spoilers, this is going to be a spoiler warning. I will give that out when I get into spoilers. Basically, the Suicide Squad movie is about these group of villains who have been imprisoned for a long period of time, and the government believes that something's going to go wrong in the world, and so they want some metahuman-like people that can do good things, and Amanda Waller, who's in charge of Task Force X, aka Suicide Squad, she thinks she has a solution, and that solution is getting a bunch of villains to do some good, and by doing that, making the world a better place. And the reason and the way she does it is by basically being evil herself. She manipulates their minds, she blackmails them, she holds their family members hostage, she basically takes control, puts a leash on them, and says, if you try to do anything, I will kill you unless you do what I say. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You have Deadshot, Harley Quinn, Slipknot, you got Killer Croc, Katana, Colonel Flag, Captain Boomerang, did I forget? And Enchantress. That's the members of the Suicide Squad. And so basically they are sent out to go into the city. I can't remember the city's name. And they are tasked with dealing with the situation, and it's called a Suicide Squad for a reason, because they are not supposed to survive. They are sent out and they will try to do it, but if they die, then they will just be thrown on the bus, pretty much. They are not, people don't believe they will survive. Amanda Waller does not think they will survive. They are just sent there to try and do it, and if they don't do it, they will die. That is why it's called a Suicide Squad. I really enjoyed the movie. I didn't agree with anything the critics really had said about it. A lot of DC movies these days are not doing so well according to Rotten Tomatoes, but I encourage you not to read Rotten Tomato reviews, because as I tell everyone, I realized recently that Rotten Tomatoes pretty much, their critic reviews, they pretty much are wiping their butts on keyboards and calling it critical reviews. For example, the Warcraft movie. Of course, everyone has their opinion on the Warcraft movie. I loved the Warcraft movie so much. I'm a World of Warcraft player. I played since Warcraft 3. I love Blizzard games. As you probably know, I'm obsessed with Overwatch. I consider myself a really good Overwatch player. Even though I'm like average in the competitive play, but I love Blizzard stuff. I do. They're not perfect, of course. They're not perfect, but I love the Warcraft movie a lot. I was crying of joy when I saw it. The music was phenomenal. But this isn't about Warcraft movie. But pretty much ever since the Warcraft movie, I was reading Rotten Tomato reviews for Warcraft movie, and a lot of them were like, there's not enough comedy in it, or stupid things, stupid minor things that normal critics would not complain about. Especially with the Warcraft movie, they said that everything looked fantasy. It didn't look real. And compared to if you watch the World of Warcraft cinematics, there definitely is a difference. You can the Warcraft cinematics look better than the orcs and stuff did in the Warcraft movie, but it still looked phenomenal. I think a lot of it's animated because it's freaking Warcraft. You can't go out into the world and find a place and say, this is Karazhan, and you can't find a giant castle with magic floating around. You have to animate that stuff, and it can be animated well or animated bad. I think it was animated very well. Everything looked beautiful. The magic was amazing. But anyway, Rotten Tomatoes, I don't like them. Their critic reviews, I'm almost certain that the critics on Rotten Tomatoes, they go into a bathroom with their keyboards, wipe their butts on the keyboards, and that is what they call a critic review. So I didn't agree with anything they said about the Suicide Squad movie. For right now, like, people may disagree with me. I thought it was like the equivalent, not like rating wise, but like it was the equivalent of the Guardians of the Galaxy movie of Marvel. Now, I don't like to compare DC or Marvel because they're two different things, obviously. And I really like, that's another thing that critics like to say. It's like, there's nothing like Marvel movies. Well, it's not going to be like Marvel movies because it's DC Comics. It's not going to be. You're not going to like. It's like you're expecting to see Iron Man show up with Batman, be like, "Hey, I'm Batman. I got the suit here, and I'm a billionaire like you. I'm gonna help you take down the Joker." It's not gonna. DC and Marvel are two separate things. They're comics, and they can compete with each other, but they're two separate things. It's really unfair to compare them. Really, that's when another tangent I'm gonna go off of. When people say, "John, do you like DC Comics or Marvel Comics better?" Like, I don't. It's two separate things. I can't. I just say I love them both because I can't really compare them. So anyway, back with what I was saying. Like, I consider it like the Guardians of the Galaxy version. Not rating wise, mind you. Guardians of the Galaxy is one of my favorite Marvel movies of all time, and it's nowhere near as amazing as Guardians of the Galaxy. But like the way it was done, like you have catchy tunes from the 20th century, you have funny moments, you have this bantering of these people that don't like each other. Like, you remember, if you saw Guardians of the Galaxy, like Star-Lord and I'm still thinking of Warcraft. You have Star-Lord and oh man, I can't remember her name. Zoe Saldana's character. I feel bad. I can't remember her name. You got her character. And Star-Lord bantering with each other. You have Drax and Zoe Saldana's character bantering with each other. This fuel to this like tension. Like, they have to work together, but they don't want to work together. And it's only at the very end where they realize, oh, we're good friends now. It's sort of like that with the Suicide Squad. And here we go. Like, here's where the spoilers start. So if you have not seen the movie and you do not want spoilers, stop this video right now. It was like the Guardians of the Galaxy movie because like you had Deadshot and Captain Boomerang and El Diablo who were all like bantering with each other. You had Harley Quinn who was like not really on the team but on the team at the same time, and it was really complex. I thought it was really well done. It was like it sort of felt like, and the flashy colors and the title screens and the character intros, that was awesome. A problem I did have with the character intros is like, for one, I did think that before the movie came out, I was afraid it was going to be Harley Quinn and friends. Like how I felt with the Avengers. I felt that Avengers should have been sometimes called Iron Man 3 because Iron Man was in it like 98% of the time. And then you had the other Avengers who was like, oh, well, Hulk shows up. Oh, Iron Man, 4 scenes of Iron Man. And I have nothing against Iron Man, but like, I felt that like Thor or Captain America had more screen time. And I thought Suicide Squad was going to be 98% of Harley Quinn because Harley Quinn's never been on the silver screen before. And, oh yeah, Deathshot, Killer Croc, and all those people are in here too. And we're just going to show a few scenes of them. That's what I was thought. But I thought that they did equal time with things. I loved how El Diablo got this super cool moment near the end. And I was like, oh yeah, El Diablo. He's like, because like I thought El Diablo was just going to be pushed aside as like a minor character, but no, he rose to the top. He was on the top. I was like, yes. Deathshot got plenty of screen time. He was the main character, and I'm super happy about that because I love Deathshot. They showed off his cool killing moves. They showed him killing people in this awesome way. Like, there's a moment in the movie where he stands on a car and these mind-controlled people are coming towards him, and like you got Rick Flag and the other people like fighting off, and then the wave of monsters just stop. And they look up and they see Deathshot in front of them on top of a car, just holding off the entire army of people with his marksmanship skills, and it was so cool because he like killed all of them, and none of them got past him. It was headshot after headshot, and it was awesome. Harley Quinn got plenty of screen time, but again, like I said, one of my problems with the character introductions, when they introduced the characters, it did sort of go into that fear of Harley Quinn and friends, because they showed Deadshot. Deadshot had like maybe like a 15-minute long, or maybe like a 10-minute long character intro. They showed who he was, his family, what he did. They showed Harley, how Harley became Harley, or how Harleen became Harley. Her relationship with the Joker, how she got to where she was. But when it got to like Captain Boomerang, Killer Croc, El Diablo, Enchantress, and the others, it was like, oh, here's Killer Croc. He's in this prison. Next person. Here's El Diablo. Now I understand why there's like 6 of them. I understand why they did that, because it'd be a super long movie if they said, here's El Diablo. Here's 10 minutes of who he is. Let's go to that's like 6. So that's, if they did 10 minutes of 6 characters, that'd be 16 minutes already gone for character intros. So they can't do that. But I sort of wish like they equalized it a little bit. Like, here's Harley Quinn, got manipulated by the Joker. She's in Arkham. Like, save that whole Harley and Joker stuff. Save most of it. Like, they showed a chunk of it. They showed a good chunk of like why Harley and Joker were together, how Joker got to her. Because they had to, because Joker takes place. Joker shows up in the movie, and they have to explain like why he's there, why he's going after Harley, all that stuff. But like, they're doing a Batman solo film, which I honestly think they should have done before Dawn of Justice, because somebody wanted, again, I don't like using this word lightly, somebody wanted to compete with Marvel's Avengers. They wanted to get on that boat, they skipped the line, but oh well. I think they should have saved the Harley and Joker stuff for the Batman solo film, because then you can do it perfectly. Like, Batman's like, where's Harley? And Joker's like, well, I don't know. Show all this stuff about like Harley and Joker, and like they can do all that stuff in the Batman solo film. Like, they have, maybe make Harley and Joker the main villains for it. But I want Mr. Freeze as the main villain. Maybe Harley and Joker are the main villains in it, and it shows them together, and they see each other doing, and they use that moments in the Batman solo film to show why Harley and Joker are together and how they got to where they were. But they did a good job with Harley's background. They brought out her classic animated series suit, and I was so happy. It was like, and I felt Jared Leto did a really good job as the Joker. I did not like his tattoos. I will never like his tattoos. It underlines too much. Joker is crazy. He does not need to be shown that he's crazy. Well, he shows people that he's crazy, but he does not need like damage across his forehead, because we already know he's crazy. He's a clown who kills people. He loves anarchy. He kills people for fun. He will take a bag of puppies and step on them and laugh his head off until he sleeps. That's what he does, and everyone loves it. But like, when you put damage across his forehead and all these tattoos on, he's like, I'm a gangster boss now. Well, he is really a gangster boss, but like, you underlined his character so much that it sort of takes away from his character in a way, because like, we know he is crazy. We don't need to be underlined, shown that he's crazy. We already know that he's crazy. I mean, he's shooting kittens in the face and laughing as he washes his teeth with their blood and shoots little children with lollipop guns or something. So I thought the tattoos were a bit much. Also, another problem I had with the movie was how Joker. Of course, you can have many interpretations of Joker. You can do pretty much anything you want with a Joker, but like, years and years of Joker shown as this asexual character. He does not really care about sex. He does flirt with Batman. He does falsely flirt with Harley Quinn, and he does sometimes show affection towards her, but like, that usually leads to abuse towards her. He does not really care about Harley Quinn. He just uses her as a means to an end. He only loves Batman because he's so much fun to play with. And and Batman is the reason for his punchline. Batman is the punchline to the Joker. He does not like. There's an episode in the anime series I love so much is when the Batman is thought to be dead, and the Joker just goes into depression. Like he's robbing a jewelry store, thinking Batman's going to show up any moment. And when it takes so long for them, he tells everyone to put the jewels back. And I just love that about his character. He's like, the Batman's dead. There's no reason to keep going. So everyone, like, I just love that moment where he tells them to put the jewels back because he's a crime boss, and crime bosses usually steal things and don't care about stealing things. And he's like, just put the stuff back. There's no punchline to it anymore. So he's like this asexual character because he does not really show any romantic emotion towards anyone except for sort of Batman. He does not care for sex at all. There is a moment in the Arkham games, and another spoiler here, where it is implied that he has had sexual interaction with Harley Quinn because she's pregnant, and she has a miscarriage. So Joker did have some interaction there, but overall, Joker is not a sexual character. He does not prefer it. He does not care about it. All he cares about is playing with Batman and causing anarchy and chaos and killing things. That's all he cares about. And making people laugh while he does it. In the movie Suicide Squad, Joker is... And I should have said this at the beginning of the video. Pause here. I deeply apologize for the audio. I know it's not great. I'm still working on it. I don't really have a microphone to fix my camera, so I'm sorry that it's all terrible. Okay, back to what I was saying. Joker in the Suicide Squad movie, he was he was like a sexual beast in a way. Like, he was watching Harley strip dance in this bar, and he was breathing heavily and watching her with, like, I want you right now eyes, I have an erection eyes. Like, it was sort of weird. Like, he was growling when they were kissing, and he was like doing all this really seducing sexual things with Harley and other people in a way, and it just sort of took away his character from me at least. Like, I mean, you can, like I said, you can interpret Joker however you want, but like all the 75 years of Joker, of course I haven't been around 75 years, all these adaptations of Joker, you have, like, most of them are just the anarchy, chaos, asexual, killing clown thing. You don't have this, so it was sort of new for me. I guess I had to sort of get used to it. But, like, I felt like he cared a little too much for Harley. They did show a little bit of the abuse towards Harley with Joker, and that was when he was making her into Harley before she became Harley Quinn. And you don't really see much of that. It looked like he cared too much for her. Now, I'm not saying I wanted to see Joker abuse Harley at all. I don't think abuse is anything. But again, like, I gotta say, that is part of his character. He does not care for Harley at all. He uses her. He abuses her. And just seeing this person, this chaotic killing machine, care for somebody, just wasn't his character, pretty much. Okay, going back to what I did like. Oddly enough, one of my favorite moments was the end credit scenes. It was just so beautiful how they, like, when Will Smith's name came up, they had like this pattern of bullets and guns and marksmen, and it was just so cool. I also thought Will Smith did a wonderful job as Deadshot. Like, I loved him as Deadshot. It was so cool seeing him again. Like, I love that scene when he's on top of the car, headshotting all those people, and no one else is getting any kills because Deadshot's taken over. I thought it was super funny with Kara's acting with Enchantress, because she's like moving around a lot, and like, I know she's supposed to be possessed, but like, it sort of got like, at first it was creepy in a way, because like, you have this like what is it? You had this like creepy witch sort of character, but like, after like 2 hours of seeing this all the time. Sorry for my bad acting in there. It sort of got laughable in a way. Amanda Waller, I hated her character so much that I loved her, and that's a good thing. Like reminded me of Joffrey Baratheon in Game of Thrones. Like, I hated his character so much, I wanted to kill him. I loved when he, spoiler alert, I loved when he died on the show. And I wanted to, every time he was on screen, I wanted to punch him in the face. I wanted to strangle the little shit. And so that's how I felt with Amanda Waller, because like she's this figure who has authority, and she's obviously corrupted. She obviously does things. She obviously does anything she can to get what she wants. And it just made me hate her character so much that I had to, like, it was amazing. I think the actress did a phenomenal job as Amanda Waller. Let's see. I think that's pretty much all I have. Like, if I had to rate the movie, I think I would give it a, honestly, of course, I've only seen it once. It may go down later on, but like I'd probably get like a 7.5 to an 8, because I thought it was really well done. Like, I loved Killer Croc, I loved Enchantress, I love Katana, I love Harley, I love Deadshot, I love El Diablo. I love the characters. Though I will say the Enchantress does have a brother in this show. In the movie. And it was obviously, I thought they could have animated him a little bit better, because he didn't look real enough. Like, because they're using so much like real life shots, like real buildings, real sets, and then you have this like plasticky looking guy over there. Overall, but like, I thought this was like almost the equivalent of the Guardians of the Galaxy movie from Marvel. This is the DC's version of Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, I recommend everyone going to go see it. Again, like I said, a spoiler alert. The very end scene, I did have a problem with the end scene. There's credits, like there's an end scene. There's a scene in the middle of the end credits, and I did have a problem because it's Bruce Wayne and Amanda Waller sitting having dinner together, and Amanda Waller and Bruce Wayne have interactions in the comics and all that. And my problem is that he's wanting Amanda Waller to look for metahumans for the Justice League, like Aquaman, Cyborg. Like, this is the scene that's leading up towards the Justice League, where he builds the team together. And they're talking, and at the very end, I think she mentions something about the Suicide Squad, and because Batman, Bruce Wayne obviously knows that Amanda Waller's in charge of the Suicide Squad, and like it's just so awkward because Bruce Wayne and Amanda Waller were having this like bantering, sort of friendly banter toward each other, and like, I mean, it sort of sometimes it looked like they were trying to like get under each other's skin, but like otherwise it was like this not friendly but like not hostile environment. It was like this sort of like acquaintance sort of atmosphere. And then at the very end, Bruce Wayne is getting up and he's just like, "Shut it down, Amanda, or my people will." And it was just like right out of the blue, like you have this like non-hostile atmosphere, Bruce asking Amanda Waller for help, and all of a sudden he's like, "Shut it down, I'm Batman." So it was just sort of weird, because Batman in the comics or television show or anything, he does not approve of the Suicide Squad at all, because they're like his villains. They're like villains he has put in prison. And so it was just so weird just to see, so he knows about the Suicide Squad and he does not approve of it, but like he's still going to Amanda Waller for help, and he's just like, "Shut it down." Another thing before I end the video, like I did love Batman shows up in this movie, and it was so cool seeing it, because like in the trailer, like he looked a little too skinny to be Ben Affleck's Batman, but it was Ben Affleck, I do believe. And I don't know if it was in all the shots. I think maybe the skinnier Batman parts were the stuntmen or whatever, but like when he was talking and stuff, it was Ben Affleck. as Batman, and it was so cool just to see him, like, especially when Deadshot and Batman were fighting. That was awesome. Oh, and that's, speaking of the Batman scene, that reminds me of another problem I had with the movie, is when when Harley Quinn's getting her intro near the beginning. One of my problems was Amanda Waller is talking about Harley Quinn, and she says that Harley is crazier and more fearless than the Joker. Now, I had to process this for a moment because I could not believe what I just heard. First of all, Harley is in no way crazier than Joker, because there's still sanity inside of her. Like, she's crazy and chaotic with Joker, but like without the Joker, you can see her recovering. She's becoming more intelligent. She's one of the only Batman villains who has ever come closer to killing Batman off. There's another episode in the Batman animated series which you all need to watch. All 4 seasons of the Batman animated series is the best Batman thing ever. There's a moment in the animated series where Harley has been kicked out of her house by the Joker, and she says, he'll love me again if I kill off the Batman. So she manages to capture the Batman, and the Batman admits, like, he's not lying to her, he admits near the end that she thought of everything, and she removed his belt, she tied him up, she made sure that his hands and feet, he's a master escape artist, she made sure that he could not escape. She had her over a pit of piranhas, and so he admitted that if she had killed him, he would not have been able to escape. And that's what I love about it, because she has the intelligence enough when she's not around Joker to think things through. But when she's around Joker, she becomes more crazy, more chaotic, and she cannot think as logically. But still, the Joker has no sense. In fact, one thing I love about the Joker's character is because we don't know if he's acting crazy or if he actually is crazy, because he can make up personalities as quickly as he can snap his fingers. He can make up anything. And so, is it all a play or is it not? No one knows. That's how crazy the Joker is. We do not know if he is actually crazy or if he is actually... Because usually when you're crazy, you do things without thinking them. Joker can think things through, and he's like 10 steps ahead of everyone else, but he still does stuff that is considered insane. And so his character is like that overall, he's like the peak of insanity. And so I was like, Amanda, Harley is no way near as crazy as the Joker. And also more fearless. I don't think I believe that either. Because there's also a scene in the movie where Batman is chasing Joker and Harley. And they're heading towards the dock. The Joker's laughing his ass off. The Joker's laughing his ass off. He's about to run off the dock into the water, and he's laughing his ass off. And Harley is like terrified, like, Mr. J, I can't swim. Joker's just laughing beside her, like he's got no fear. He jumps off things. Joker. This is another movie, Batman. Assault on Arkham, which you all need to see as well, because it also deals with Suicide Squad. It's also a really good animated movie. Batman Assault on Arkham. Deadshot's fighting Joker, and Joker gets pinned into a helicopter in the middle that's crashing this building. Deadshot pins him to the helicopter and jumps out of the helicopter. The helicopter falls out the window, and it's like a 100 floor drop, like, I'm talking like Empire State Building drop. And Joker just crosses his arms, looks at Deadshot as it's tilting off the window, and he just starts laughing. He just crosses his arms and legs, and he just starts laughing as the thing drops down. And it explodes, and they can't find his body. And so I don't think Harley is... I think Harley is crazy, and I think Harley is fearless. She'll do anything for Joker, and that's... She's fearless. She'll go up against Batman. And... But I think Joker wins when it comes to crazy and fearlessness. One of my favorite scenes in Gotham Season 2 is Joker... Well, the guy who's supposed to be the Joker. He doesn't become the Joker. One of my problems with the show, actually, Joker, the guy who's supposed to be the original Joker, takes a pistol. They're doing Russian roulette. He takes a pistol. He points at his head, clicks it. He does it 3 times. It doesn't click, but he shows no light. He shows no fear under it. So I think he wins with fearlessness and craziness. Well, I'm going to end the video here. I do give the Suicide Squad movie a 7.5 to an 8 out of 10. I think it's a fantastic movie. It does have its flaws, but I think it holds strong. It's the DC equivalent of Guardians of the Galaxy. Not rating-wise. Please don't think it's rating-wise. It's just how it feels, like the atmosphere of it. Please do go see it. I'm looking forward to more DC movies. I'm going to try and do more couch talks later on. I will see you all soon. So thank you all for watching.